everybody. Welcome back to Sarah's Table. We're finally going to do the second half of Root, which I'm super excited about. Because if you don't remember, this adorable game by Magpie Games, who is sponsoring today's episode. Thank you, Magpie Games. This game feels like it was custom made for Sarah because it is high fantasy and it is adorable woodland creatures carrying weapons and having adventures. And that just makes me happy in like so many ways. I'm Sarah Moore. My pronouns are she, her. I'm going to be your host today. I'm going to be your game master. I'm going to be your favorite person. I'm going to be the cool aunt that reminds you to stay hydrated and maybe take a sip of water, just, at home. It's important. It's been hot out. Just going to take a sip.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Well done, everyone. It's a good bonding moment.
My cool aunt told me to.
Cool aunt. Okay. Root. As I'm sure you all remember from religiously watching the show, before Gen Con, we did an episode where we did a session 0. We built all of our characters. We brought us all together. And then everyone here on this call absolutely 100% remembers all of the things that happened in that episode. Their faces do not look guilty at all. Ignore that. They super remember. It's perfect.
And if we see anything that is contrary to what happened previously, it's because we said it wrong that time.
Right. We have corrected it. Like we're retconning that. Whatever it was wrong originally, obviously. I'm going to do a quick safety discussion. I think that's super important. Even though this is a game about adorable woodland creatures, it is also set in a backdrop of war and conflict. And we want to be sure that everybody at the table is comfortable. It's good as a game master. It's good as a player. It's good as a human to know where everybody's lines are. So here on Sarah's Table, you're never going to find sexual violence, violence against children, or withholding food as punishment or starvation. Is there anything else at the table, friends, that we would like to avoid? Okay. If we discover at some point during the game that we are veering into a direction that we didn't realize was going to be an issue, you can throw up a physical X. It's very easy to see inside your little square here on Sarah's Table, and I will just change. Or we have the opportunity, if you are not comfortable doing something that's quite that visible, you can send me a message in the chat on our call, and I will just mulligan, and we'll go another direction. All right. Now I'm going to make y'all tell me everything that happened last time. And I know you're going to be great. It's going to be perfect. I'm going to introduce our characters. Let's have our players tell us who they are and their pronouns, and then tell us all about what happened with their adorable creature who's definitely not going to set everything on fire. So clearly I'm starting with Mal.
Hi, I'm Mallorie Mize. My pronouns are she, they, and I am playing, her name is Briar, but she goes by Pyro, and she is a scoundrel squirrel, and so she is a very big fan of making acorn bombs and destroying a lot of things. And she's just a very fun, adorable little innocent squirrel who's never done a thing wrong in her life except for maybe blow some things up that she shouldn't have.
It feels like you're protesting real hard about being innocent. Okay.
It depends on who she's in front of, how innocent she truly is. But if you're somebody who doesn't like me blowing things up, then no, I've never done that before in my life. If you're someone that doesn't care if I've blown things up, yes, I absolutely have. Here's my bomb collection.
You just open your coat and you're like,
Yeah.
is it?
Here you go. I have small acorns. I've got big acorns. What size do we need?
All right, Corey, what about you?
My name is Corey Boschet, pronounced he, him, and I am playing Archibald Waterfur, the Ronin Otter.
Mm-hmm.
Left his toxic homeland. Well, the homeland's fine. The toxic work environment, we'll say.
Yeah, that's a problem.
To find a new cause, a new meaning to his life that he doesn't have currently.
He had a real bad boss. Real bad.
Yeah.
And just remind us what you pilfered on your way out.
Okay, first off, it was more like a parting gift.
Was it?
But I have a jewel encrusted dagger on my person. Proudly display for my years of service to, for those that I may have forgotten, Lord Albatross, the Otter Lord of the Golden Dam.
He's the worst. He was not effective as a ruler, everyone. Very bad at it.
That's what happens when you're born into a role and not,
There's a lot of inbreeding happening. He was pretty dim by the time that we got to Lord Archibald or Lord Albatross.
King and queen genetics are wild.
They're super wild. It's true. Listen, we don't have to talk about Punnett squares here on Sarah's table, but it's a fascinating thing, and you should absolutely look it up because science is cool. And just like also maybe while you're at it, as reference, go watch Eddie Izzard, his Dress to Kill. He does a whole bit about the Queen. It's fine. I don't think that we have a lot of viewership in the UK, so I think we're okay saying that. Kiley, who are you?
I am playing Marigold Tanglethorn. She is a raccoon thief. Or yes, thief. I was like, wait, is it rogue? No, it's thief. My pronouns are she, her, as are Marigold's. She used to live in the city and was pilfering things with her partner in crime, Tulip Primsey. But to take the heat off of them, she booked it out to the forest and made friends with Pyro and Archibald.
Mm-hmm. And you're all just like fine, upstanding citizens?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd never do anything wrong or steal anything.
Never.
No property damage.
No.
Great. I can't wait to see how long that holds up.
I would define property damage as property collateral.
I see. Okay.
All the other stuff is spot on though.
All right.
Upstanding, good, all of
Yeah.
Good folk, ready to help. Can you remind me of your last adventure? The very last adventure that you had before we came into this? That I feel like the denizens like really like you now because of it.
What was it? We took
land away
Land.
from
the Woodland Alliance.
Yes, thank you.
and gave it back,
to the denizens.
And like peacefully, or
I'm pretty sure we
many
just had a
acorn
really
bombs
nice
went
conversation.
I feel
very mild, like 7, maybe.
wow.
I feel like we usually approach with a nice conversation, and when they tell us no for whatever dumb reason they have, then we fall back to plan B, which is
a mild 7 acorn bombs.
It's only 7.
Yeah.
They were
Property
the
damage
small
was
ones.
very minimal, though.
It was the small ones. I'm not going to
Targeted.
damage the place that I'm trying to give to denizens. It was more like small bombs that were maybe perhaps placed in tents and things of said nature.
Like supply carts, weapon
more
crates.
supplies.
Yeah,
Sure.
the things that could be up and moved if they had agreed to our first terms.
And
then they did.
other locations, the pyro quote unquote labeled as because it's funny.
Right,
Yes,
sure.
agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were like 3 of those that were labeled because it's funny. And it was very funny.
I feel like one was definitely the outhouse.
It was. You're very correct.
Yeah.
To watch it go ablaze as a man ran out.
Oh, man.
It was
That's
just,
good
it was
stuff.
beautiful.
What's not to like about that?
Yeah.
We're very high class here on Sarah's Table. Tee-hee.
We'll just start with the poop jokes now.
Let's get them out of the way.
Start off
I want you to
strong.
know what
Yeah.
you're watching. Like,
Yeah.
this is important.
We've set the tone now. So if you're not prepared for the next 2 hours, I don't know what to tell you.
But I'm pretty sure it's your own fault. Like,
If you're here for the high class, high fantasy adventure, click off now.
Yeah, so I'll say, don't come to us.
This one is
I
not
know.
going to be for you.
it's not. But you know what? I actually think you should stay because I think everybody needs a little more levity in their life right now. So let's stay for the toilet humor.
The world is a hard place right now.
It's hard. It's been a rough couple of weeks in my house, especially. So, like, you can't have my joy. I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay, friends. Here's something that you do need to do. I need you to. You have 3 different tracks. They're your harm tracks. So you will have a track called depletion, one called exhaustion, and one called injury. And each of those are going to have 4 boxes. If any of those reach full, doesn't necessarily mean that you die, but there are pretty big consequences. So definitely keep track of that as harm is being handed out. And the adventure that we are doing today is called, got a name, does have a name. It's called Galilah's Grove. And you start with 2 of your depletion boxes checked off. You have been traveling through the forest to get to the grove. I'm wondering how much you know about this area of the forest. Do you think any of you have been near here before? I'm going to leave that up to you.
Archibald definitely hasn't.
Okay.
I think Pyro's maybe been through here once or twice, but definitely not enough to know the lay of the land.
Okay. Cool.
Is it anywhere near the Marcusat's territories?
They're absolutely.
Then I think Marigold might be familiar with it.
Okay. So, Marigold, I'm going to say here's what you know about the Grove. This is, and none of you happen to have these particular weapons, but Galilah's Grove is known for their bow and arrows. Super small details. They're all made by foxes, and they like pride themselves on making these bows and arrows, and everything, even down to like the way that they dye the feathers, are super jealously guarded. Like, you, even if you were to go in and buy one, if you are not a fox of the lineage that makes these bows and arrows, you will never know how they do it. But they're like the best around. There's also a bunch of goats there. And the goats are known for making a particularly potent liquor called horn wine. And it's wild if you drink it. Just for future reference. Just saying. You also know that this was last time that you came through, this was run by the Eyrie. They have installed a governor here. This is like one of their outposts. But it has floated to you all that something has happened here, that they need as many hands, paws, hooves as possible to help with. And so you have sort of answered the call, the three of you, to head on over. And the last thing that you know about them is that the denizens who live there are super insular, and they know they need help, but ooh, do they hate that. So we'll see how well y'all get along. I don't know how charming you all are. So, I don't know. Okay. Here's what you see on your approach. At first sight, a stagnant, brackish smell fouls the air long before the grove is sighted. Pools of standing muddy water connect the roiling river to the clearing's floor. That river has blurred the line between water and land. Drowned clover can still be felt underfoot around the structure still standing, and hanging moss blocks the sunlight from penetrating the water. Rocky hills rise to one side, with seemingly poorly maintained shacks sprouting from sheer rock faces. Industrial structures, such as the mill and the workshops, line the bank of the river, saved from catastrophe by a rise in elevation. Even the larger homes are water-stained and covered with fungal growths, although delicate, intricate carvings can still be seen underneath. So, something happened, and the river overflowed and just like tore through this place. And a ton of people are injured, and they lost a bunch of their food. Big problem. You approach the grove. There is an older fox distributing food and medicine in the center of a clearing. And as you are entering this clearing, you see that there are 3 separate creatures who spotted you coming in and are trying to get your attention. There is an older, sort of thin, frail fox. There's a big, kind of bruiser-looking fox. And there is an old, grizzled cat who has scars. And they're all not fully approaching, but trying to get the 3 of you to come to them.
Are they all together?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Spread about.
I would probably go to the old cat first.
That was my instinct, was the cat.
Okay. This is Dana. Let me go. Give you an extra good name. Dana Blazeoak. She used to be a vagabond, just like you. Lots of scars. She is quietly menacing. Like, you can tell upon approaching that she is a dangerous creature. She says, "You all look like you can handle yourself. There's a brawl happening in front of Alpines, and it's Ding, Kelsey's followers, and there's some goats, and they're truly just going at it. And I really think that there's going to be a problem. And you look you got that real purty knife there. I think you guys could be of help."
For clarity, the knife is purely decoration.
Why do you carry it?
Well, it's
Then-
it's a badge of honor of previous. Anyway, what place is this?
Oh, you guys don't know Alpines? It's it's the speakeasy. You know, it's the bar down the. I mean, it's a little rough and tumble, but you look. I mean, frankly, you all look a little rough and tumble. So I've thought you probably would have known it.
I'm familiar with it, but I'm trying to keep my friend Pyro away from there because I don't want her to get a hold of any of the horn wine. Like, it wouldn't be good.
Well, that's just mean. I love horn wine.
No, you cannot drink that. I told you before. It's not good.
But it's very good. That's why I keep drinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't drink it if it didn't taste good.
Listen, I'm gonna go take care of it. If you feel like your paws can join in, you meet me over there. You know where it is?
Yeah, I know where it is.
Yeah.
Okay. She turns and swaggers off.
I know we usually don't bust up fights, but
I mean, it'd be nice to help, and maybe they'll give us horn wine if we.
you're not allowed to have horn wine anymore. I told
Why
you.
not?
Because you start burning everything around us.
I start burning everything around us, no matter what.
Usually in a
That's true.
controlled manner.
I mean, look, controlled is a subjective word, if you will.
Exactly.
As you guys have been chatting about burning everything to the ground while being drunk, the bigger fox has sort of approached you and excuse me. Hi, excuse me.
Yes. Hello, my good fox.
Hi. Are you here to help?
Mm-hmm.
Super believable.
Yeah, I
mean,
swear.
we can help. It
bottle of
wasn't
wine will
the
burn the whole place down. Anyway, what do you need?
It wasn't the original intended purpose, but we can help along the way.
We did hear word that there could be work or something to be done.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, mine's sort of a personal matter. My sister, kind of wandered off, and she hasn't come back, and I'm worried that something might have happened to her outside the settlement.
And this is Muscly Fox talking with us.
Mm-hmm. I have
Don't Google that.
do not Google that. Or like do, but don't tell me about it.
Yeah.
This is not.
Don't share with me that you have, but if that's a journey you need to go on.
Yeah, you know what? I support everyone's journey.
Yeah.
Truly. I don't have a lot of money, but I have a little bit of coin. I could, if there's a reward, if you could.
What is your name?
Oh, I'm Lenk. Lenk Straley. I'm a tree cutter.
And your sister's name?
Fire.
And where did you last see her?
Well, she likes to go. She's kind of simple. She likes to go watch the goats work out to the east of here.
I know use the player don't, but I would probably look to Marigold to see if she's familiar with that area. What would be out there?
I'm assuming it's just like agricultural area, right?
So the goats,
Like a vineyard?
are the ones that make the liquor. So
Is it just a giant industrial
So
brewery
more
out that way?
Great.
might be.
I mean, I don't see why we couldn't help. And I mean, while we're there, we can always stop and get horn wine because the goats make the horn wine. You see what I'm getting at here? Really, no matter how
It is
we
the
help or who
opposite
we help.
direction of where Alpines is.
Well,
But either way, horn
strict-
wine.
strictly between the two, I think helping a lost little sister is a much more noble endeavor than a bar brawl that'll eventually brawl itself out.
Yeah, I guess we go look for the kid.
There's also still one more creature who's trying to get your
Oh.
attention.
Yeah, that other fox over there looks like they maybe need to talk to somebody, and I guess that's us
Drew,
now.
Drew needs you. Drew, I'll step back. Okay, yeah.
No,
let me
no,
know.
yeah. Somebody
We'll be
yeah.
right back with
Oh.
you, probably, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
You all got the feeling that Link is very strong, but it didn't get the lion's share of the smarts.
Yeah.
Perhaps the whole family did not. Sort of.
He a big himbo.
Yeah, he's just like a big dumb jock, really. Like
He's a big
Fox
you said, what was it, woodcutter? Or
Yeah, he's a
lumberer?
tree cutter. Yeah, he's really sweet. Good at his job, but like that's kind of all that he knows how to do.
Yeah.
So, there's one more fox. He's thin, kind of looks maybe distinguished in his older years, and is beckoning you pretty like frantically.
I guess we go see what he wants.
Yes, hello, you're here to help, yes? You're not with them, are you?
Who is them?
No.
I don't believe we're really with anybody, excluding ourselves.
Yeah, we're sort of freelance workers, if you will.
Good, yes. You see that cat over there distributing foods, medicine.
Was that the one that talked to us?
No, it's just the one that different cat, the one that you
Different
saw
cat.
on your way in.
Yep.
She's been causing a lot of trouble. She comes in the little bit of food and medicine, and then she pulls it from our people, unless we relinquish control of the area to the Marquisate. And I just don't think that that's fair.
Yeah, they're not the best people. I could see why they want to get their hands on this place.
Well, I see several weapons, and I would imagine that there are probably more hidden on your persons. You look a little explodey.
Thank you. That's such a nice thing to say.
We do have coin in our stores still, and I'm willing to give it to you if you can just sort of quietly get rid of Miriam and her people. So here's where the issue comes in. You only have time to do one of these. And the other clocks will be continuing. So whichever one you choose, the other two are going to come to their natural, unimpeded outcome.
I know, personally, Marigold would not go up like bluntly against the Marquisate.
Mm-hmm.
while she doesn't necessarily like them, she has a good standing with them and has worked for them.
The Marquisette is who I took for which faction doesn't like me. So let that information do what it will. But this cat and whoever this cat is with probably know about Pyro from her destroying something that they wanted or needed.
Yep.
So if we
just
pick
like
this one,
just like being out in the open could be a problem.
possibility.
Good.
If we choose this one, maybe a little bit harder than we intended, because I have in the past probably blown something up. Certainly have blown something up, let's be honest. But I'm for doing it if you all are okay with the added difficulty of me as a squirrel. My second thought on that is the missing person. The bar brawl seems the least high stakes of them, but in me saying that, we have no idea what the natural endings of things are. And like the natural ending of the missing person could be she wanders back home, or it could be that she's been taken and we have no way of knowing.
It's true.
I'm leaning toward helping the giant himbo.
I do like the idea of helping the giant himbo.
I am also leaning towards that.
I feel like it's possibly the least amount of bodily harm I could take.
I love that idea.
You know,
for myself, it's clearly it's a missing person's sister. Would it not bring joy to you to reunite a family member to?
I have no problem with that. I just don't want to get involved with the Marquisette. I'm kind of in good standing with them. While they're not the best people, they do pay me well.
I am in very bad standing with them, but that is also maybe a reason that we don't.
I love the idea that just like in the back, Pyro's popping up going, no, they hate me. Wait, no, guys.
Guys, they really
no, we
hate
should
me.
really not do this.
They really hate my guns.
Just like
Yeah,
this little tiny like squirrel head, just like, whoop, guys, no, I don't.
Yeah, they probably shouldn't see me with you either.
I'm just gonna duck and hide behind Archibald. I'm very small, so I'm just gonna like scoot. Be like, I'm gonna wait back here.
I haven't had to deal with the Marquisette yet in the short time I've been around, and I think going without dealing with them for a little while longer is for the best. Are we all in consensus then to go find this little fox?
Yeah, I know you can't see me nodding because I'm behind you, but yes, I think
I feel you like tugging on like,
tug,
like a little kid. Just...
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I think it'll take us out of the middle of everything. I think it's the best.
And Pyro, we may get a tour of the brewery in the process.
Oh God, please don't burn the brewery
even
down.
No, why would I burn? They can't make any more if I burn it down. I only burn down things that do not have big consequences to me.
Yes, when you're not drunk on wine.
Yes, but if I was drunk on it, wouldn't I want more? And they can't give me more if I burn it down.
I wouldn't.
A plus B equals C, you know?
Pyro's excellent understanding of chemistry. I think it would be quite an educational experience.
So you want me to burn it down?
No.
No.
All the people around us take another step back.
They're just like, ooh.
No, I'm saying, seeing the refinement process. Alcohol is used in some of your more flashier.
Oh, yeah, burns very well. You would be shocked at what can happen when you soak a whole log in that stuff and then just, whoop. It's very fun. Highly recommend it.
Goodness.
To the east, then. I think that was the direction you told us.
It is what I said, but you can go whichever direction you want.
To the east. Oh,
My personal
need-
east, I will be going.
The GM's like,
the
it's
nice
to the
hymnal,
north.
man?
It's wherever you want to go, man.
Yes, is Lenk still here?
Yeah, looking flustered and confused because he just listened to y'all talk to Drew, who you didn't make any inquiries about who this dude was, but he is the mayor.
He seemed like the mayor type.
Yeah.
Very important. And as you remember, Marigold, this is an Irie settlement, so he is an Irie mayor. Which obviously they're against the Marquisate, but also I seem to remember y'all not really liking the Irie at all.
I think,
Any of you.
I was about to say, I think we all agreed that the Irie was not a group we would support.
Yeah.
So this feels like we've made the right decision.
Right. So the thing about it is, though, that he just watched you essentially turn down the mayor. So he's like, I don't what he's just sort of like sunk in on himself and is like nervously fiddling with his paws and just like, what are you doing? I have 2 coin left.
I'm gonna put a reassuring paw on his shoulder. We will find your sister. Don't you worry. 1 fur on your head.
Okay. Good luck. She's
You said you usually goes down by the was it river?
well, by the yeah, sort of. She likes to go watch the goats, like work.
Okay, so I just made up the cool.
River. There was a thing about a river. The river overflowed. That's what happened. That's what all the issues were from.
So really, this is all the river.
Yeah. You are in the river right now, I think.
If either of you two have any questions or
No, I'm good.
I mean, we should probably know, what does she look like?
Oh, that's fair.
Oh, yeah. She's well, she's a fox because she's my sister, right? Fox, and she wears a flower crown on her head, and she's she likes to be loud. She's probably singing or something. Yeah, I mean, you just probably just yell her name. She'll answer to it. That's what happens when I call her name, is that she answers, except when she's not here because she's left. So I've been trying that, but it's not working
you've
because
been walking around yelling fire.
Yeah. Is that
No, I like her name a lot. My name is Pyro, which is like really close to fire, and people call me that because I like to start fires. So get it?
no?
Same wavelength. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, like I like, look, in my coat I've got all these really pretty things, and they look like acorns.
And she's just gonna cut her coat and say,
I imagine the eyes immediately light up because they look like acorns.
They look like
They
acorns.
just look like acorns.
Lank, maybe we don't walk around the town yelling fire.
Right, but that's her name, and I can't find her.
It is. But everyone else may think that you're talking about an actual fire.
I am my sister.
But like something is on fire.
Like the flowers.
That's okay. We're good.
Exactly.
We're gonna.
We will look into it for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Should I give you the money? Do you want your coin now, or should we?
You hold on to it.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm saying that. You hold on to it. We'll come back, okay?
Okay. Great. Should I stay here?
I mean, in the town, you don't have to stay in that very spot. But like,
Okay.
if you could just stay in town, that would be helpful because we gotta come find you again.
So I
and
could,
that
but
can be
I could
hard.
like go to work, you think?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We can find you at work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go cut some trees down.
Cool.
Great.
If you have any spare wood that you all don't need, I will take it.
Well, you would have to ask them at the factory, the mill, because they make the arrows, and I'm not allowed to do anything with the extra. I just bring the wood to them.
Okay, I can do that. When we come back through town, I'll just ask him because like the things in my jacket, they look like acorns, but sometimes I need like a little.
she's gonna shut the coat and say, "Okay, we're gonna go find
No,
this
we're talking about the
sister,
acorns
okay?
again.
Oh no, not the acorns! Oh God.
We're gonna go look for your sister. Okay, you go work.
Okay.
We'll come find you.
Okay. And like as you're walking away, you glance back and you see him just sort of like, he like puts the coin in a little pouch, and then he like shakes his head and like takes it out and puts it in a different pouch. And then he's like, okay. And then he turns and walks away.
I love him.
Big dumb brute. Just beep beep beep. A giant teddy bear.
But he was a fox.
What about a giant teddy fox?
Yes,
That's
So
a thing, right? That's a
Sure.
totally. So I guess
We're-
we'll go to the winery.
Yeah.
winery is a loose term.
The goatery.
Sorta.
it's Ooh.
To the goatery.
To
The distillery for the malt liquor.
like where they're distilling goats, like the goater.
I don't know how this is
Listen,
made.
that's true. You don't know how they make
No,
their horn wine.
don't know a thing.
I just have a note here that one of the jobs was to go help the goats who are fighting each other after potentially having horn wine.
Yeah, that's true. That was one of the options.
I was reading between the lines there a bit. So
Right.
yeah, let's go east,
To the east.
which hopefully there's a nice big landmark of where this place is because otherwise.
to the east of the town, as animals, I think that you know, I'm going to say that you all are able to identify the compass points fairly easily, unless you have a reason why you think you would not know how to do it.
I think we're fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm 100% in for making it more difficult for you if you want. I'll do it. That's fine.
You're being awfully presumptuous, Sarah.
I'm so sorry. I'm sure that you're going to make it difficult for yourselves all on
Yeah.
your own. I don't need to help. You are correct. Okay. You're heading over into what is referred to as the Goat Hills. The hills the goats reside in rise high above the river, far enough away from the waterfall to avoid dampness, but not so high as to be accessible from above. There are paths crossing steep hills, narrow and without much room for error, but there are also a lot of switchbacks and dead ends. Really, only the goats truly feel at home here. So, would you like to journey in? Are you picking a path?
Unless anyone has any objections, I say we continue on.
That works for me.
All right. I would like someone to do a move here to figure out how to get around in this area. It is not any of your natural states. These are not paths that you generally travel on. And so I think everybody's pretty tense. And I would like you to read a tense situation. I'm going to have it. I know it's not quite exactly how they say that because usually you have somebody with you, but this whole area is very treacherous. So I need somebody to roll me a cunning.
Oh, don't
I
have me do that.
+1.
Don't let. Well, who's in front?
Not me.
I would assume it was me, but
Yes.
So, Archibald, the way that you roll here is you're going to roll 2d6 and you're going to add your attributes, whatever it is, plus or negative or whatever.
high means good, right?
High means good.
Cool. I got a 10 and I have a +2, so 12.
12 is a strong hit. Oh boy. So you get what you want and a benefit. And you are able, I don't know what it says about your little otter brain, but you look up at these hills and you're like, everybody hold on.
It's like a dam for goats.
It is just like a dam for goats. And you're able to like map out this path to the top. And the benefit that I'm going to give you for rolling so freaking high, well done, is that you see that there are 2 paths up, but one of the paths has what looks like a booby trap in it. You're still welcome to take it.
I believe I'm going to lead us up the safer path, but I do want to point out the booby trap to the others.
Maybe just
And
Just in
in case we need to leave in a hurry, it's good to know that's there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the fox fell for the booby trap?
I assume by your description that it looks like it's still set. Like it doesn't look like it's activated.
That one looks set.
that doesn't mean there weren't others.
The one
were
that
at
you
one
can
point.
see currently seems to be still set.
I mean, she
might-
certainly could have. I'm not trying to be mean here, but
we might want to look
he doesn't
into that.
seem like the smartest.
Yeah,
the sharpest tool in the shed. He just
He was the one who said she was simple, and that's coming from him.
yeah.
So
So we maybe just
I'm
take
hoping
into
the
account
plot
that
twist
she
here is
could
that she's a
have
genius.
said.
Do we want to go up the more dangerous path then, just so we have eyes on the whole situation? Or should we just, as a note in the back of our head, be aware that there are traps?
yeah, we should maybe check those later,
Yeah.
but like maybe we go talk to someone first.
All right, I think we go up the safe path.
And you're looking for a goat to chat with?
Yes.
It's still it's still pretty difficult to head up. So you have a couple of options. You can push yourself, and I would give you each a level of exhaustion to get to the top. Or you can be very slow and methodical, but that does mean that it's going to take you probably twice as long.
I mean, I would say we just take the level of exhaustion because we
Yeah.
all have drives that then take away
Mm-hmm.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a drive, it's a something.
I will stick with the group on this call. You probably
Ooh.
notice Otter he wears plate armor, so he's probably perspiring a little bit at this point. Mechanically, when I'm wearing this armor, I always have 1 box of exhaustion. filled.
Woof. Okay.
Oh
Rough.
goodness.
But he wouldn't raise the complaint. But visually, he's probably like sweating a little bit. Let's go. Let's keep pushing ourselves onward.
Whatever nature you chose, I would maybe keep that in mind.
I'm more of a nurture person. So are we marking off?
Please mark off a level of exhaustion. So each of you have 2 depletions checked, and Archibald has 2 exhaustions, and our ladies have 1 exhaustion. Yes?
Yes.
All right. You make it safely to the top. There are some goats goating about. They seem to be there's like a couple of almost like an assembly line situation where you're seeing goats walk around moving like I mean this is some real moonshine stuff, friends. This is like rum runner like speakeasy stuff. And they have like crates full of jugs that have X's on them, and they are like going around a corner of a rock and then coming back without the boxes. And they're just like a steady flow of that happening.
Is there anybody who's like watching this? Like seems to maybe be in charge?
I mean, not really. Like, it kind of reminds you of like ants that are just like following their programming kind of a thing. You get the feeling that this is like nobody needs to watch them because they know like this is my job. I do this part, you know?
Okay.
Also, like, you pass some booby traps, like, there's probably not a lot of people getting up here comfortably. And, like, why would you want to? Like, this is not.
That's fair.
It's not like they live in, like, ramshackle huts on the side of this hill. Like, it's not a inviting place.
Yeah. Marigold's gonna kind of get close and see if she can get one of their attention. Hey.
What?
Hey.
What?
Hi, excuse me.
What?
Have you seen a fox around here? She wears a flower crown.
Oh. I have to get the next box. If you could.
Yeah, like in just a minute. I just need some answers, please.
I mean, yeah, she comes up here sometimes.
Have you seen her recently?
I mean, he looks around. No, she's not here.
Where does she usually like sit while she's up here? Do you know?
I don't know, like somewhere. He just sort of like points about. He's got a hoof. It's not really.
Is there someone else I can talk to who would know?
Maybe. I just need to get the box. Let me just get the box.
Okay, she's just gonna walk back and she goes, "This does not seem like it's going to be very helpful."
You could try to figure someone out.
Yeah, I could.
You could. How's your charm?
It's got a +0.
It's better than a negative.
That's fair. Okay.
Or you could try to persuade this NPC with promises or threats. You could trick an NPC into getting what you want. If you're pyro, you could wreck something. That might help.
I thought about it.
Let me try and persuade
Mm-hmm.
them.
Are you going the promise or threat route?
The threat route.
Great. It's still a charm roll.
Okay. Jesus. Bad. Okay. That's a 9.
Okay, that is a weak hit. So you get what you are wanting. However, there is a cost or complication.
Okay.
So, now that we know that's the way this is going, let's have this interaction. Go ahead and persuade me with threats.
Look, I understand you're just trying to do your job. I get that. But I cracked my butt all the way up here, avoided all of your booby traps. Okay, I'm just trying to help this very simple man find his sister. Okay, and I don't have a lot of patience left. So I'm going to ask you again to please tell me what you know about this fox, where I could possibly find her, or someone who may know her.
Okay, but you can't say that I was the one that told you.
I don't even know your name.
That's hurtful.
I'm just saying, how can I tell anyone that you told me if I don't know your name?
Right. I mean, you didn't even bother to ask. You just came up here and started.
I'm sorry.
Yelling
Would you
at
like
me.
me to ask what your name is?
No, well, not now.
I tried to ask you a simple question. You were just worried about the box. I just need an answer, please.
Okay, I may have seen her go into the tunnels.
I'm assuming the tunnels are not a good place to be.
I mean, it's where we keep our horn wine.
Has she gone into the tunnels before?
Don't think she's gone before.
Great. And where are those tunnels? I'm assuming behind the big rock. Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Mhm.
I'm gonna let you get back to picking up your boxes.
Great.
Okay. You have a nice day.
The complication is a thing that happened that you don't know about yet.
Great.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
But something has been set in motion.
They're going to be sending you a survey later. You have to fill out.
You have to fill out the survey.
You have to fill out the survey.
This is
Or you
important.
don't get the discount on the crate.
We'd really like you to sign up for the monthly
Subscription.
the horn wine of the month club.
You can take a special online survey that lets you know which horn wine is best for you and your tastes.
Right. And then
we'll
we'll
only
send
that
you
kind to your house.
a group of them.
Yeah.
It's only $50.
The immediate consequence, though, is you are on their newsletter now, and it is really hard to unsubscribe from.
Impossible to unsubscribe from.
There's no unsubscribe button. It is just the newsletter is one of them comes to your house. It just tells you everything that's going on with the horn wine.
And then when you try to tell them that they shouldn't come back, they go, "Oh, sorry, I'm already off the porch.
You're on my list. Okay, bye.
See you next month."
So I'm gonna go back and tell everyone. This seems like it's a little more complicated than I thought it was gonna be. But yeah.
It'll be such a travesty for me to have to go in those tunnels with all of that wine. But I am happy to make the sacrifice if it means that we can save this poor simple himbo's very simple sister. It is okay. I will deal with that.
Want to interject that it probably isn't a good idea to use explosives in a narrow cave.
Well, I was more hinting at the fact that I'm going to drink the liquor, but I
figured that's to be expected
that
at this
you
point.
have enough pride in what I do to think I could blow up those tunnels.
I have
Thank you
nothing
very
but
much.
respect for your craft.
Until we find the fox before we start drinking, because I love you. You get a little extra crazy.
Then I will snatch a bottle to ensure that I get to have some, but I will not drink it until we find.
Are we just saying this out loud in front of the goats?
No,
or
back away from the goats, just quietly.
Just checking. Just checking.
A reward for a job well done. Clearly, it's
a bottle for me, and then you all can take bottles too if you want. But
I
the
will
one
help you
bottle's for me.
snatch a bottle so that people don't see. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I guess we'll go check out these tunnels then. Hopefully we didn't really see if there was guards, but I guess we'll find out I mean, if she just wandered in,
It's a bit
can't have that
dark.
great of security.
Yeah.
I don't think they expect people to get up this far.
Well, you got to be smart enough to see their booby traps, and some people are not that smart. But we are.
God, I hope so.
Ooh,
You know
that
what?
silence was deafening.
Some days I question.
I feel like this is an excellent place for us to take our bio break. And I'm just gonna let the weight of whether you are smart enough to avoid the booby traps just sort of like sink in.
Yeah.
I would like, everybody go grab yourself a snack and a beverage, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Try not to light anything on fire.
No promises.
Well, I tried. All right. Hi. Welcome back. We talked about geographical math on our break. We talked about Jeremy Renner and we talked about OxyContin. And I'm not going to give you any more context for that. So I hope your break was great. Welcome back.
Sarah, do you ever start your show with like your back turned to the camera and then you turn around slowly and be like, fancy meeting you here?
I didn't see you
I
there.
didn't see you there.
Yeah, no, I don't have enough room to really do that here.
Just
But
just duck down
I
real
would
low.
just like,
I'd just be like, get under the desk.
Oh, hi.
Dude,
but then it's like
pantomime
them
walking
popping
up the stairs.
Oh, yeah. Like an elevator.
Elevator going up.
Yeah, I'm sure that my editor wouldn't murder me if I did that.
Do it like 5 times just until you get it right.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Why? Why?"
I
Sarah.
have friends that give me bad ideas that I didn't follow through on. Blame my friends.
Yeah.
Then we would
This
all
is
get
not my
emails.
fault.
Yeah, we would all get emails. It's like, could you stop encouraging Sarah?
Please stop giving Sarah
Hi.
awful ideas.
Do you remember when we were friends? That was cool. You and to me.
I expect
Per my
that
previous email.
For my previous email, you suck.
Please cease and desist. Thank you.
The worst. And then he's gonna send a goat to your house to tell
Yeah.
you all about porn wine.
I had imagined that they show up with half-eaten pamphlets because they're goats.
They get
That's
nervous
why
and they start chewing
they
on the
just start chewing.
pamphlet.
That's why they can't ever keep a list because they keep eating the
They
list.
eat it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you're like, take me off the list. And they're like, oh no.
No. I don't have my own copy anymore. I'll have to get it from corporate again. And then your name is still on the list.
still on the list. By the
We
time
only
he
have
gets
one
back,
copy.
he's like,
They
I
don't
don't
let
know.
me have it.
I'm not allowed to carry any paper. Great. Good. What were we doing? Oh, you're
I
about
don't know.
to try to go down into the
You're gonna cause
tunnels.
a cave
The
in.
tunnels.
Oh,
We said we're not dumb enough to fall for anything. And then immediately we're like, let's go into some caves that house liquor.
It's gonna be a good time.
It'll probably be fine.
With our
It's-
bombs expert. Let's go.
yeah. Who wants to
Yeah.
get drunk so desperately? Just like
Yeah.
is ready. I have to tell you, I have the chart of what happens when you drink it. it's
I'm
open.
so
Got it
excited.
open.
Let's
No.
go. Let's go. Let's
Got it
go.
open.
Look, if I'm gonna commit, I have to commit.
I'm ready
And
for
that
you to
means
commit.
drinking some of this before the episode is over.
I can't wait. I also hope that you fail your roll.
You know what? We'll
Why
see
would
what
you-
happens.
You can't just say that.
I got
It's
it,
probably like I fail and I explode.
but it's real funny what happens.
Yeah.
is what
I
I'm saying.
explode into a pile of confetti if I fail, but if I succeed, it's just another drunk squirrel in a tunnel. And like, who hasn't seen that before?
But full carrying bombs.
Carrying bombs.
I mean, I knew I grew up in the Midwest and like we were kind of out there, but
Did you
Drunk
not
haven't seen a
squirrel
drunk
didn't come up?
squirrel in a tunnel before.
Yeah, there's not a lot of tunnels in the Midwest.
That's just in West Virginia.
I was going to say, as somebody from West Virginia, cannot confirm nor deny have I seen a drunk squirrel in a tunnel.
Yeah,
But
we
it's
have
very
drunk squirrels
possible.
here. They just
Yeah.
aren't in tunnels.
Yeah.
They're just out.
No,
I'm
the
from
tunnels-
Indiana.
the
I have
tunnels are
watched
from
my
West
cousin
Virginia.
give a squirrel a beer. Like others.
My favorite story is in college. I was late to class and I was trying to book it to the building my class was in. And out in the middle of all these trees, there was like the sun was beaming down into this break in the trees. And there was a squirrel sitting there. Hawk came out of nowhere, tried to pick up the squirrel and take off with it. That squirrel was not having it. They fought and I just stopped and
I
watched.
just must
this.
watch this.
And the hawk finally took off and I got to class and I was like, you're not going to believe why I'm late. You know,
Oh, Midwest.
Midwest things.
My Midwestern squirrel story is that when I was in college, there was a squirrel who ran past me carrying an entire peanut butter sandwich. The whole
Go
thing.
hard.
I love that for them.
Midwest squirrels go hard.
Mhm. He was living his best life.
Yeah.
He was like, yes, I have
This
a
is gonna feed
cheap
me for a week.
peak. Like, this is peak squirrel. And you know what? I feel like maybe he was an adventurer in Root, and maybe like Root, this is just like, this is what happened. People were like, look at the majesty of nature.
Yeah.
Squirrels carrying peanut butter sandwiches.
Literally what I
I think it's
want
great.
is because my growing up in West Virginia, I went to a university in West Virginia, and there were creatures on this campus all the time because we were right near a huge body of water and like a lot of trees and forests and such. And I want a route with all of the faction stuff included, but it all takes place on a college campus.
Oh yeah,
I want that so badly.
like Root University.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Magpie,
New
because I'm sure you're
expansion
still
idea.
watching this stream after all of the ridiculousness that we have had. What if we have like
Just
Root
spitballing
U?
here.
Can you imagine if the factions were like the
Fraternities
fraternities and the sororities?
Yes.
And
Yes.
and then like all of the like the denizens are just like your regular students who are just tired of everybody else's garbage.
Yep.
And then like I feel like
They're just trying to get their
they're
degree.
just
and
trying to
go.
get done. They just want to get a degree in business. My mom said I should have a degree in business. And then like I feel like maybe the factions, I don't know. I feel like the theater kids are one of them.
Yeah.
Probably the
The
Marquisette.
Yeah. Yeah. Our theater
Mark-
department basically branded themselves a
Oh.
fraternity, but
Oh, no.
like fraternity sorority, but they weren't. They just made shirts with the letters that they decided represented.
Marquis Decat is the 5th year
Yes,
senior.
yes.
Yes. Maybe 6th year. Like
Yeah.
maybe just like I'll just take one more class. It'll be fun. I like it here. I feel
Yeah.
good here.
They've been working on their senior project for 3 years.
I mean, Magpie, look, if this is something that sounds interesting to you, hit the 4 of us up.
Yeah.
Contact us.
Yeah.
You
we can
have playtesters right
right here.
Playtesters,
Oh.
you've got writers and designers
We're
right
ready.
here.
We
We'll
are
do it.
Good.
ready.
Would love to
Mm.
work on that for you. Meanwhile, anybody at Magpie looks at this and goes, did we give them like
What did we
did we give them this game and tell them to play this live on the internet so they
we
could come up
did
with Root University?
live on the internet. Root University.
It's
Pew, pew,
forever.
Pew 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 pew.
They'll be sending their goat with a cease and desist later.
Anyway, you want to get in the tunnels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The alcohol tunnel. Yes.
Alcohol
alcohol
tunnel,
tunnels,
which I
yes.
believe is what it's called officially.
Yeah.
Good.
All right.
Go on. Do what you gotta do.
So if I start to walk toward these tunnels, are goats gonna be like all up in arms about it, or
What if we pick up a box?
Oh, interesting.
That sounds worse.
I almost
And,
asked
like,
you
carry
earlier
it.
if they
Are you
thought
trying to
goats would
just
notice I'm a
like
squirrel.
okay, so okay. This 100% is trick an NPC to get what you want.
Mhm.
I'm very interested in the 3 of you.
I've got a better cunning than I do a charm.
Yep, everybody
Not by
needs
much.
to roll a cunning and see what happens.
That is the most unfortunate thing you could have just said to me, because I have a -1.
I can't wait.
Ooh,
It's
Ooh.
still possible.
ooh.
We're all rolling, right?
Yeah, because if
11.
you're okay.
We're all picking up a box and
Everybody's
pretending like
picking
we're
up
in
a
line.
box and pretending to be a goat. Okay, so we got good. Okay,
Mhm.
so
Cool,
Mhm.
cool, guys.
What's our plan B?
Marigold
Anyway.
got an 11, and what did my other friends get?
I got a 5.
5.
Oh no.
I also got a 5.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
What if they
Um,
both carried one box? Does that equal a 10?
Hey.
I was gonna say Mal rolled bad enough that her camera went buzzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
She
don't
was
know
like,
why it's been
"Oh,
doing
God."
that lately. My camera felt
Wh-
shame for me. It was like, blur you
When the
out.
camera's
Blur
like, I
that
got
out.
you.
Don't worry about that. Okay. All right. Marigold gets into the tunnel and assumes that you two are following behind her. However, you guys missed and will now be getting a dramatic complication.
Cool.
And I think that the dramatic complication is that the two of you are pushed down a different tunnel to continue working, and you have a goat in front of the two of you and a goat behind the two of you, and you're just being pushed along away from Marigold. Just like, I guess now you're working.
Are there the boxes that we're carrying though contain horn wine? Yes.
Absolutely. Just jugs full of moonshine. Just that's
Okay, so I know that she said that I shouldn't have any until we got through this, but also we're very separated. And what if it does something cool, like make me be able to climb walls or something? And because like you drink enough and you can do anything. And we could get back to her. You see what I mean? Or we could sit here and drink and just be resigned to the fact that they're going to try to make us work. And I think being drunk on the floor will prevent that from happening.
I would like to imagine that you were having this conversation with the goat behind you in line.
Mhm.
Not you. Fantastic.
Are you having some?
I think meanwhile to the goat
It
in
was
front of
so
me,
bad.
it's just like I don't know about these working conditions at all.
Forming a union.
Forming a goat union.
Goat union. Very strong. Very strong idea.
Ugh. Every part of me.
Meanwhile,
wants to drink
Marigold's
it.
just standing there with this box and it's like,
Like you just walked in and just like took one step to the
Yeah.
left, and then you watched them like get pull, and you were like, "What are you?" They were like, "I'm sorry. Oh, I don't know." Just
Marigold did say it was the left tunnel we needed to go. Where's Marigold?
I heard left. I swear I heard left. Right.
right, but y'all went right. So
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not very good at directions, apparently.
I went to my east again.
Yeah.
My
Not yours.
personal east.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm gonna
Um,
go ahead and take one out of the box.
Yeah, you are.
Just keep it on my person.
Oh, God.
Every part of me wants to drink this right now and see if I explode into
Do it.
confetti.
do it.
I mean, Marigold's not here.
Mm.
And Marigold was the one telling me not to do it. Therefore, that little voice in my head telling me not to do it has just fled the scene.
Mm-hmm.
So,
To be
I'll
fair,
drink it.
Your
Why not?
voice, the voice is not in your head. It's very much outside of your head.
Here's the thing, Marigold is also just Pyro's conscience. I don't know that she has one
Mhm.
normally.
Mhm.
It's
I would
very
like
much
you.
Is Pyro aware that Marigold is real?
Yes. But wouldn't it be shocking if she thought she was her imaginary friend this whole time?
Like that Archibald's just like indulging her by like
Yeah.
pretending to talk to Marigold. Oh, I'll just talk to you. I'm sure this is what the game designers
Yeah.
Fully intended.
fully
this to be.
intended.
Feel super strongly about this.
All right. Are you drinking it?
Yeah, let's go. 2d6.
2d6. It is a might check.
I have a 0, which isn't great, but it's not the worst I've got. We've already experienced the worst I've got. I failed the first check that I did.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I don't know what a 7 is, but that's what I rolled.
It's a weak hit.
Okay.
Let me tell you what
Not
that
fails.
You're going to clear a level of exhaustion,
Cool.
but you are also going to reveal something you shouldn't to someone around you. And you are going to damage a piece of equipment in your reveling.
Right up my alley. Let's go.
Mhm.
Could not have been given a more perfect thing. Okay, so as I'm chugging this back, I think I look back to the goat behind me and go, "Hey, so here's the thing. You know those people, like the Marcusette people. I don't know how like good you are with them. Hear me out. Not the nicest people. Don't like me very much. Part of the reason they don't like me very much is definitely not something I've told anybody. And like people know that I've blown stuff up, right? Very like in my nature. Like, see these bombs? They're all acorn bombs, and one of them just falls out and rolls and blows up a box.
Blows up a box?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not one of the full ones, but one of the ones that like is maybe like only half full that they've sort of been like bringing in, like taking stuff out of, like to take it off to wherever they send it to bars and stuff, because bars have to get it somehow.
Sure. Yeah.
But definitely not a full box. I don't think she's near those anymore. I would at least hope that she's
Okay.
not.
So, hey, Marigold.
Mm-hmm.
Down the right tunnel that you saw your friends disappear, you just heard an explosion,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a small fire.
Mm-hmm.
I stand by what I did.
Oh my God. Okay, so she's
I like that your reaction is just, oh my God. Okay.
okay. Are there goats with Marigold as well?
No, you
Okay.
just like stepped out of the line of where they were
Okay,
going that
cool.
particular time.
So she's gonna set her box down. Otherwise, I was gonna have her just hand it to a goat and be like, "Here, take this." And she's gonna book it down the right tunnel and go back and book it down the right tunnel. Yelling something about a fire and everyone needs to leave, hoping that the goats will clear out.
Okay, I believe that this is, I mean, it shouldn't be a hard roll for you, but it is persuade an NPC. The threat is fire. It's, yeah.
Oh, it's not great. It's a 7.
That is a weak hit. You get the thing you want. Okay. Yeah. They're like, oh yes, that is a fire. Good one.
You should, yeah.
And
you should get
they
out.
start filing out begrudgingly. The complication is that one of them, that is clearly the supervisor, hands you a piece of paper where he has written you up for causing problems on your shift.
She's gonna give a sorry, boss, I'll work on it. And she's gonna book her way down the tunnel.
Okay.
To Pyro, as we're fleeing the scene, the other goat said that we don't get paid for this time if we
I've already paid myself in Hornline. I don't understand. And I show Archibald 3 more that I like took out of the box as I ran. They're just all in my jacket now.
You encounter Marigold.
Oh, hello.
She's probably super happy with you, is my guess.
Yeah.
We talked about not blowing things up in the tunnel, right?
It was an accident. It fell out of my jacket while I was explaining a story to a goat about why the Marcusette hate me.
Why were you telling the goats?
I don't know. It seemed like a story to share at the time.
Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Yeah, we only have a 15-minute break, the foreman said.
Archibald, we don't actually work here.
No, We don't work for them.
We don't
came
actually
here-
work here.
We came here for this, and I pull open my jacket. And you see all of the horn wine that I just
Oh
told.
my god! I told you
For
one
the-
bottle. Oh my god!
I already drank the first one.
Stop drinking it. We gotta find the kid.
One. And I will not drink anymore until we find Water. Is her name Water?
No. Oh my god. Archibald, you were supposed to be watching her. We gotta go this way.
Archibald was diligently working the whole time.
Fully believe that.
Foxes. Are you gonna try to put the fire out, or are we just leaving it?
Do we have the means to put the
I
fire?
only have the means to start fires and not stop them. I am very
Is Archibald gotten the vibe this is a union place? Because there would be people specifically whose job it would be to put the fire out, and Archibald wouldn't want to step in on that.
Okay, we're leaving the fire unchecked. Totally fine. No, I'm good. I'm good with it. I just need to know what
We
I'm
will
gonna run the game you want to play. Okay.
yeah, no,
And
we will leave the burning fire with the
Like,
alcohol.
Well, here's the question. Like, are there like fire bucket type things like in the tunnel? Like, is it something easily accessible, or do we have to go way out of the way to find it?
there are none that you can see.
Okay, we'll check back later.
Sounds great. Sounds great.
Aren't we
All right.
here for a fox though? What if she's in there? What if Earth is in there or air or whatever her name is? I don't know what her name is. Like dirt, maybe. I don't know.
Pyro, I thought you did a wonderful job creating a distraction personally.
Thank you so much, Archibald. It means a lot that you would think of me.
Oh no!
I'm
Is Pyro like a like a weepy drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, and I just
This-
love you.
This
guys.
is why I
so
told
much.
her not to drink it.
But it's just because I love you guys and it's really fun to drink. You have some too. I stole enough for everybody.
No.
Once the
Okay.
job is done, then we can have a celebratory drink.
Fine.
Fun fact: this is drunk Malin relay.
It's really not though. I don't get weepy. I'm just very lovey. Like
She
all
tells
of the words
everyone
I'm
how
saying
much
are
they
the same.
how much she
I
loves
just don't
them.
cry. Oh yeah, for sure. Everybody needs to know I love them.
I mean, that seems important.
Yeah.
I'm glad we had this this peek into your soul.
Yeah.
To recap, for
I'm glad I
those of
could
you who maybe didn't quite follow what happened in the last couple of minutes, the squirrel got drunk, confessed that the Marquisate wants to kill her,
Yeah.
blew up some alcohol. There's a fire still burning, and they are leaving it to continue to rage on in the tunnels.
To be fair, there should be a system in
middle of
place. So, like, the
Right.
supervisor
Right.
should take
They're
care of
leaving
it.
it
very
out of
flammable
protest
object.
because they don't feel like there's a good enough system for safety measures, and so
Look, the goat should
leaving
be
the
able to work
inside
in a
of the
safe
hill
environment.
on fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now that we're all caught up, tell me what you want to do now.
Just let's go down the right tunnel.
Yep.
Like we were going to the whole time.
Yep.
So
all of us.
just to be clear, it was, boy, this tunnel sure sucks. So let's just turn around and go to the other one.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything we could do or roll to try to see if there are fox tracks.
Well, I mean, do any of you have any kind of roguish feats that might help with that? Or
I have breaking and entering.
okay,
I have blindside, which says I can do a murder.
great. Great.
Breaking and entering. I can mark an exhaustion to always have a clear escape, even on a miss. That doesn't really help with the tunnel or finding the fox.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that you can use breaking and entering because it would be like a casing the joint kind of situation.
Okay.
And so the idea being that you would be like very aware of small details like that, of like what is the path that guards take, and kind of following that sort of thing. So I'm going to allow that to happen. This is a finesse roll.
Okay, good.
So go ahead and attempt your roguish feat.
That is a 10.
All right, well done. Strong hit. You find some tracks. It's hard. It's tunnels hard to sort of see in, but there's also flower petals heading down. Again, y'all were in the right tunnel. The right tunnel is the one that you set on fire. You keep saying left, but you went
I think
right.
he meant correct tunnel.
The correct tunnel. Yeah, great. You're not in that.
That's where Archibald got confused initially. Was
Oops.
Oh, my bad. All right. So it's heading back the way that that your friend Marigold thought that everybody was going in the first place.
Oh, Puddle was wearing a flower crown, right? Yeah, let's go. Puddle, well, flower crown, simple fox. Yes. Why are you?
Fire.
I know I caused one. We already established that I set the whole place on fire. You don't need to bring it up again. It's really...
Stop yelling at me.
Marigold's just gonna turn to Archibald and be like, "She's your problem."
really
She's your problem.
Keep bringing that up.
My imaginary friend is so mad at me right now.
Marigold, why don't you take the lead? I'll take the rear, and we'll just keep moving in a forward direction.
Okay, maybe we don't get going down the wrong tunnel this time, okay?
It's not my fault goats push me that way.
Is it also not your fault that you drank the wine like you were supposed to wait?
Look, you weren't there anymore to tell me no. And I don't have a real conscience in my head like some people do, because that seems not fun.
I just
Pyro.
picture this is going down while we're walking down the tunnel.
Pyro, can you please give me a luck roll?
Oh, yeah, luck is my good one. Oh, we'll take that. That's a 10.
Okay. This was one of the consequences of earlier. You out of spite very much considered drinking another bottle just then. But you rolled high enough
to not do it.
To not do that. So you were like, all right, no. The consequence was when she has unfettered access to, like, if there's a chance that she's gonna drink it again. So
let's go. I'm prepared to ride this out. Well, it'll be fine.
You see, the camera sees her like scowl at Marigold and like pout and like pull out another one of the bottles and like go to open it up and then be like, no, just put it back away for now.
For the moment.
Just whispers later.
I'm gonna come back for you. And puts it back in her pocket. Really soon. All right. You are following the flower crown petals. You come down you start hearing like this path is leading toward the waterfall, so you can start to hear the water crashing. And then you also start hearing a female voice singing a rather bawdy song. Super inappropriate.
Of course.
Go on.
Yes, this song.
This is a family show, so just use your imaginations.
On this family show, I'm sorry that I play a very drunk squirrel.
Listen, squirrels, everyone knows squirrels are the drunkest of the animal kingdom.
They are.
So it's really just more science.
Yeah,
We're just
an
teaching
accurate
science.
representation that I'm trying to give everything.
Correct.
Truly.
Marigold's just gonna yell, fire. Is that you?
Start another one. I just started the one back there.
Stop talking.
She comes skipping around the corner and she sees you. She's an adult fox, just like flower crown, just like, oh, hello. Oh, did you come to visit?
Your brother's been looking for you.
Ugh, he's so boring.
I mean, I can understand that. He doesn't have a lot to say when
No.
you talk to him.
No.
But maybe the tunnels is not the best place to be.
Why not? It's super fun here. They have liquor and there's a waterfall, really pretty. The goats actually wonderful conversationalists. If you happen to just like hit on the thing that they're interested in, sometimes you have to kind of look around for you kind of get cast around for it, but like they are really chatty about stuff. So I'm not lonely and then we got all this stuff and I brought some food with me. So that's fine. It's just like nice here. Also, there's this beautiful pool, right? This really lovely pool over here. Oh, it's just pretty. I just like it better. Did you see the place we live? It has been flooded out. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
But also, maybe just like let your brother know where you are.
I mean,
So that way he's not worried about you.
why?
I mean, do you want him to be sad all the time?
He's not very bright, though. He'll probably like forget that he's sad.
I don't think he's gonna forget. He cares a lot about you.
Well, I'm not gonna leap. So
She's just gonna turn around and look at Archibald and be like, I don't know what else to do.
She's got
I
a point.
tried.
There's a pool.
We
There's
are
a whole
trying.
pool.
Do you want the money or not?
Do the
Like, yeah.
goats have a problem with you taking up residence here at their pool?
I mean, the pool's not the goats, and the goats don't use the pool.
And who's got like who owns the pool?
Do you want to see it? She grabs onto
Yeah.
your paw and just pulls you over. It is so beautiful. It is like a beautiful, like pure, clean, crystal clear water. It's got a white sand floor. There is no algae in it. There's no insects on it. And right above the surface, there's just an incredible amount of butterflies and dragonflies just like fluttering around. It's gorgeous.
I mean, I can see why you don't want to leave. It's real pretty in here.
Yeah, look it.
Yeah.
Don't know what to do. I don't. What?
Archibald's gonna put a paw, dip it in the water.
It's nice and cool.
Just a single tear.
Are you gonna drink any of it?
I am not.
Okay.
But now that you're asking that, I kind of want to.
I didn't know drinking
until
it
you
was an
asked.
option.
But I don't think Archibald would. So no, I.
Where do the butterflies and dragonflies come from?
I don't know. I can't.
mean-
they don't talk, so I can't
Yeah.
ask them. But like, it's just pretty.
Is this like a cave? Is this like the only entrance in and out, or is it look like
It's
it?
like behind the waterfall.
Oh yeah, so like outside. They came from outside. That's where like a lot of the bugs and stuff come from.
Through
It's just
the-
from outside.
They came through the waterfall.
Well, I mean, we didn't come through the waterfall.
Yeah, but you would think that everybody would see a ton of butterflies and dragonflies just coming down a tunnel of a cave.
I mean, no offense, but the goats don't really seem focused on anything but the boxes. So
You're not helping. The point of the job was to find her.
Do you want
we
to
did
Her
taste some of
brother.
it? It's so good.
like the water. I mean, would you rather drink the water though than the wine? Because like I got a lot of the wine.
Maybe
like, a
we
lot of
don't
it.
drink the strange water in the cave. Maybe we don't.
But
She's
can it really
definitely
be
drinking
worse?
some right now.
But can it really be worse than what I've already drank?
I don't know about the strange water, but Pyro probably should get some water at some point.
Yeah, I was
especially-
gonna say, aren't you
Maybe-
supposed to drink water after you have
Maybe not.
alcohol?
This water, I feel like there may be something weird about this water because this is just too nice to be
I mean, I deserve nice
Yeah.
water.
literally not talking to you. I love you.
She can hear you were in a
Talking
cave.
straight to Archibald.
We're in a cave. Cave's echo. I don't know how you'd like to
She's
make this a
not
private
yelling.
conversation.
Like we gotta get both of them out of here. I swear to God, I'm not working with Pyro anymore. I can't do this.
At least in terms of fire, I don't feel right forcing her out by any means. I suppose if she's not actively in danger, then we can report back to the brother in clear conscience. I guess we should start by looking around more thoroughly at this cave and waterfall. Like, I'm of the opinion that if she's not actively in danger, then we can leave her to her own devices. But this is a group decision.
And, in your core, you all realize that if you do not bring fire back, that you are not getting
Don't
paid
get the
for this
money.
job.
Yeah.
Every part of me wants to drink the water, and I just.
You do it? Are you doing it?
Gonna see Mallory over there flipping a coin in the background while we're having a conversation.
I have a D2. I mean, look, I've already drank one substance I wasn't supposed
Let's
to
do it.
today. I don't really see a harm in doing another. This is a one shot. She doesn't need to survive. I'd like her to. She doesn't need to.
It's amazing how you can instantly raise suspicion with just asking a harmless question in an odd situation. She's like, "Do you drink the water?" Like, why are you asking me that? Why?
Whereas I'm the one who's immediately like, nope.
Well, you
Welcome to how we are in real life
stuck
as
your
roommates.
paw
too.
in, and so I was wondering if you were tasting
Yeah,
with it.
no.
This is a normal thing to ask.
Archibald's an
Probably.
otter. He just liked seeing the water.
Just likes touching water.
Mal and Kiley as players are the same as Mal and Kiley in real life, whereas I would absolutely in real life be like, yeah, I'll drink water. Sounds great.
I love it. I can't wait.
I would like to look over whatever sort of camp she has set up for herself.
Yeah.
Whatever that
Marigold's
entails.
Drive is money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
So
So here's the thing. She doesn't really have a camp. She said she had food and stuff, but she doesn't. She has a pile of flowers that she's been braiding into flower crowns, and you see some left, some remains of some berries and some stuff, but it's clearly just what she brought when she came out here.
Fire, I
Yes.
don't mean to poke a hole in your aspirations.
You got fancy words.
Well, thank you. But I don't believe there's enough food and sleeping and comfort arrangements to live here in the cave long term. Perhaps this is just something you could occasionally come visit.
Right, but it's nice here and I'm having fun. So, are you persuading?
Yeah. Even though that's not great for me.
It's not great.
That's charm, right?
It is
You
a
can do it.
charm.
I rolled a 7 and I have a +0, so 7.
7. Okay, so it's a weak hit. She is listening to you. You feel like you're getting through, but she hasn't like officially agreed yet.
She's at least hearing me out.
Yeah. But like she's pretty stubborn. Is there anything else you can offer her?
I'm drawing a blank if anyone else wants to jump in. I was about to be like, well, you know, when you're here, you're missing out on the activities that are happening in town. In fact, there was a huge bar brawl.
It would have been really entertaining to go watch.
It's super fun there.
I don't like have anything fun.
I mean, I can offer you an acorn bomb in these trying times, but I don't, outside of that, know what
Do you
to
have
give you.
do you have any like sparkle or acorns, like something like?
I could make a sparkler acorn.
I assume in the past we have used your skills to make more flashy distractions. If we could,
Yeah, I can use create to destroy.
You gonna wreck something?
I mean, oh yeah, one of the consequences is more dangerous than intended. So maybe I don't use that skill right now, or I might accidentally blow up the person we're trying to save, and I don't really want that.
we give him a really powerful ticking bomb, and we're like, all right, go off back into the village.
There you go.
Right that way. See, this is where my building of this character comes to a head because I literally just built her to destroy things and did not for once think that could not be a way to solve a problem. And yet here we are.
Or it could be a way to solve
You
the
can-
problem.
I was thinking it, but it wouldn't be in my nature to.
I mean, I know there are like crates and crates and crates of this stuff, but I have this in my jacket. If you want horn wine, I recommend. It's very good. I've got like a ton of it on my person. I can steal you a whole crate of it if you want. I know they're big and I am small. You would be surprised.
She is interested in, but she wants everyone to have a drink with her.
I mean, I'll drink another. I don't have a problem with this.
How about this? How about we go back to your brother? Okay, so he knows you're safe and he's not sad anymore. And then we'll all take a celebratory drink together.
Persuade an NPC, please.
Oh, okay, that's a 10 on the die. I don't think I have anything added.
That's great.
Yeah, I have a +0 in charm.
Okay, she's like, okay, as long as we all have a drink together. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. We will all take a drink together.
Okay. So, you head back. And I'm going to, when you get back into the village, here's what you find.
Great.
You have fire with you, and she confidently tells you that, like, you know, basically like the opposite side of where you were is where Lank works. So like that's where they're going to be heading. It looks like there has been a real big fire. There's also some dead creatures around the speakeasy, and all of the houses that are left have been burned down.
Great.
Okay. So you head back. You get your 2 coin. Link is beyond thrilled. He's so happy. Hugs his sister, hugs all of you. It's like a nice hug. It's just like, oh, like you feel safe in there. He's a delight.
Marigold will tell him that, tell him where she goes. So that way, if he ever needs to find her again, that's probably where she is.
Oh, okay. You see that like none of that has sunk in. Yeah. It's not in there. He remembers butterflies, and that's it.
Great. Cool.
And he's like, okay, thank you. And he hugs you all again.
Right.
And as you are sort of standing there surveying all of this destruction, the mayor sees you from across and he points at you and he goes, you! And he starts walking your direction. And I think that's where we're going to wrap up. So that was Root.
So fun.
It's pretty wild. I'm a fan of it. What's interesting is that you chose the very noble quest, right? The one that like feels like the one that you should do. But because you chose not to intervene with Miram and the Marquisette, the goats decided that they did not want the Marquisette to have it. And so they burned everything down. And because you didn't help at the bar fight, it became just like a huge brawl, and a lot of the denizens there lost their lives.
Remember at the very beginning when I was like, she could just wander back into town. We don't know. Like, she would have stayed in the caves and drank some weird water.
What was the deal with the water?
Now, what is the deal with the water?
The water is actually fascinating. It's called pure water. And it is
close to drinking it.
Yeah, it helps you. It clears exhaustion. If you were injured, it would have cleared injury. It would have sobered you up. Like,
see, sometimes you should let me drink strange liquids. Sometimes it's a good idea.
As a matter of course, people watching at home, I don't encourage you to just drink things you find.
Liquids.
In role-playing scenarios, drink all the strange liquids.
I mean,
in real life, maybe don't.
It is kind of the Skyrim way of like, of identifying thing. Like, I'll just drink it, see what happens. That's probably
I'm gonna eat this one. Oh, this one's bad.
Yeah, so you can consume pure water or food that is made with the pure water. And the first time you do it every day, you clear an additional 1 exhaustion or injury, your choice. But water taken from the pool loses effect over time. It's really only valuable to those directly in this area. So you couldn't like fill a like a water skin with it and take it with you and leave. It would just become regular water then, which would still be fine, but would not have that kind of restorative effect. But like, there was also a possibility that if you hadn't gone to get her, that there was a mechanic where possibly a bear was sighted in the area and was coming to where she was. We were keeping track of timelines and things of that nature. None of them are good choices, but
I think we did the right thing.
But you got paid.
Exactly.
You did the thing that you were going to do. You all decided that you loved Link. And so, maybe that was the thing that was important in this situation. So you helped the one guy. He was the only one that seemed like truly altruistic. Like he had no ulterior motives for the area. And he doesn't care who's in charge of things. Like he's just, I just want to cut down my trees and find my sister. And, I don't know. Let's do our moments of gratitude. What are we grateful for? What is something that a fellow player did that just like was very exciting to you? Or clutch?
I think I loved that Archibald became so concerned about working conditions for
Yes,
these goats.
that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And you're like, the foreman says we're only get a 15-minute break, and we're like, we don't work here.
We don't work here.
What do you mean we don't work here?
I have this box. I'm supposed to carry this box over here. Huh.
Starting a goat union.
Mhm.
Starting a goat union was a great.
I don't know that we want to unionize the goats as they did burn the town down.
They did burn
Yeah.
the town down.
So like now rethinking that, but at the moment it seemed important that
But
they
that
had
was a
very
goat
safe work
mob,
environment.
not a goat union.
You know what? That's true.
Had we unionized, things would have ended differently.
Mhm. Mhm.
There's the lesson.
But but are we looking at the problem or a symptom of the?
Yeah.
You know, it's true.
Yeah.
I think union. I'm pro union. I think it's important. I think everybody should have safe working conditions.
Yes.
You guys did 100% leave a fire burning inside the hill.
Are bad.
I will say for mine, I am grateful for Mallory's willingness to jump in and do any of the things, including the wine. I habitually always play more straight-laced characters, so I appreciate when there is someone at the table who is willing to be the one to just go, because you usually need that to help drive something forward.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Thank you
I'm
for being
always the
the I
careful
will forge
character.
ahead character. Yes, I will do
Yeah.
that. What is it? I put it
Yeah.
in my mouth.
Yeah,
I-
you
I
talk
am
about
that person. I just, in every game I ever play, I'm like, what is the wildest thing that someone needs done? I will do that thing without apology.
Well, I know you mentioned this thing earlier. It feels like it could be interesting. I'ma do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I heard you say this one thing and it's intrigued me. So,
I just wrote
How about
down horn wine, and that's all I can think about now for the rest of the
I did write that as a note. I actually wrote a lot of notes at the beginning, which I don't normally do, but I was like, there's going to be a lot to keep track of because there's already 3 different people trying to get our attention. So I started to write things down, and I wrote the word horn wine, and then everything that led to horn wine, I drew arrows to the word horn wine and was like, this would get me there, this would get me there, this would not get me there.
Just like dotted lines like a treasure map. Just like
Yep. The horn wine is
It's
the
a flow chart.
talked about being
It's
the
like, does it lead to horn wine? Yes, great, go that way. Nope, okay, let's try a different path.
no, circle back.
Yeah.
Talk about being the forever rogue. I usually end up being the forever paladin.
That's good. We need one of those in the group as well.
Yeah.
I'm always the cat herder.
You
I am
sure
one
are.
of the cats that is normally being herded.
Yes, yes.
I almost always have to fall into the cat herding role in every
Mhm.
party.
That's important. Also need that.
Yeah.
I think we've established very clearly where everybody is
Yeah.
in the group. I would love for you all to tell us where we can find you on the internet and what you have going on at the moment. Corey, I'm going to start with you.
Sure. You can find me. Easiest place is Twitter, Corey_Boschet. And then I have like a link tree to everything else I do, which isn't really much right now. I recently got invited to a D&D thing that'll be starting up on Sunday. So
Woo!
I actually have a
Yeah.
thing coming up that I can say that I'm doing.
Yeah. Is
We
it
love
a
things.
streaming thing or is it
It
just
is.
a word?
It is. A friend of mine is going to be starting up a D&D stream on Sundays
Awesome.
that I will retweet as that becomes relevant.
Cool. Are you
and then
playing a paladin?
I haven't decided what I'm playing. I'm actually. Anyway,
Choose chaos. Choose chaos.
I'm feeling a lot of judgment right now. So
Just wondering. That's all.
I'm
always choose chaos.
I'm actually 50-50 split right at this moment of paladin or a ranger,
Nice.
Nice.
because I really want to try out the revised ranger stuff. I
Yeah,
haven't
the
got to-
revised
Good
ranger
stuff.
stuff is nice.
It's good.
but also another character with like an internal moral compass or like a personal code
Listen,
So-
we all know our brand, you know,
I-
like stick
very
to
true.
what.
I've been
That's
saying
what
I'm
I
having a
know.
hard time picking between playing the paladin or the nature paladin. So
Right. Yeah.
It's, you know,
Just like tree paladin. Like, can we be the tree paladin?
yeah. So you can find me at Corey Boschet on Twitter, and I'm doing a D&D thing, and I'm raising a child.
yeah,
Yes.
that's important.
But as
An adorable child, might
but
add.
she's not there right now.
She's
No.
she's with her mother right now.
She's
no
gone.
baby tax.
And I'm very upset that we can't have baby tax today. But I mean, I guess I'll invite you back. I guess
That's my bargaining chip.
you have to pay the baby tax.
That's where I get my internet clout.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Mal?
Hi. So
Hi.
you can find me on the internet at Moxie Blue, MoXXIEBLUE, pretty much anywhere that the internet has to offer you. Right now, I co-run a channel with Kiley, because being best friends, we were like, why not?
And
it is-
roommates.
yes, best friends, roommates. When we came up with this concept, we were living 6 hours away from each other, and then we're like, you know what, we could be closer, and we just were like, same house. But yeah, we run Homebrews and Homebodies together. We right now have 2 shows a week, which are Muppet Born: The Isle of Inspiration, which is a D&D 5e campaign where we all play Muppets, and it's fantastic. And then I'll let Kiley tell you about the other one because we have all the same stuff going on. But yeah, if I ever have anything else, it's on Twitter.
Good. It's on the twits.
It is on the twits.
All right, Kiley, pick up that ball she just lobbed at you.
Hi, I am Kiley Eberhard. You can find me almost everywhere on the internet at Viking_mermaid. Except for Instagram, it's Viking Mermaid without the underscore because I got there first years ago. My link tree is on my Twitter. And like Mel said, we co-founded Homebrews and Homebodies. On Mondays, like she said, our Muppet Show. If you want a really crazy Muppet-inspired D&D 5e adventure, definitely check it out. We had our first session
Monday.
this last Monday, and it was absolute insanity. We fought sandwiches.
Sure did.
Yeah,
I mean, that
was a good
tracks.
time.
Yeah.
That's
And then Thursday, we are playing the second edition of One Ring in our Lord of the Rings campaign called Shadows Reach, where I get to play a fancy elf, and I love it.
perfect. Cool. Do you have anything coming up that you want to plug?
I don't think so.
anybody?
I think that's about all we've got
We-
going on.
We're starting to play video games every other
Yeah.
weekend, which
Oh.
is nice. It's something
long
I
as
feel
they
like I
work.
can, as long as they work. We did a 6-hour stream for our anniversary, and at the very end of the game, everything broke. We had to restart it like 5 times, and it still wouldn't work.
Oh
We were
no!
so
We
upset.
we were right at the end of the game, and
Yeah.
it glitched.
Yeah, not the greatest moment of our lives. But we're
Thank you,
starting to do that,
technology.
which is great because we're both video game lovers, and it's something that sometimes I geek out about at a technical standpoint because I have a degree in video game design and worked as a video game designer for a little while.
Rad.
So yeah, that's our newest thing we've got going on, and then we're already sort of prepping for next year's games, which is wild.
Oof. So, well, I mean, we are rapidly approaching the end of the year. It is
Yes.
almost September.
What?
Wow! Heading into quarter 4, everybody.
Spooky season.
Spooky season. I like my spooky to be cute spooky and not true spooky.
That's fair.
I don't like to be scared. She says with rainbows behind her and pink all over her body.
Seems off-brand.
It's just it's fun. I'm Sarah Moore. You can find me on Facebook at Actress Sarah Moore. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter and Ko-Fi and TikTok and wherever else at Pixies and Pins. And you can go to my website, which is pixiesandpins.com, to check out all of the wild stuff that I have coming up. Next week, I'm going to be at Pacificon in Santa Clara, and I'm going to be running a charity D&D game where you can come and play at my table and play alongside Luke Gygax. If you are interested in doing that, it's going to be 5e. They're going to be 10th level characters, and there's going to be wild shenanigans. So if you are in the Bay Area for Labor Day weekend, come and check that out. I also am not sure what we are playing on the show next week. I think maybe I look off to my side. Maybe Dune. Maybe it's Dune time. I'm not sure. Might be Dune, might be Fallout. Those are on my list to do. I also just picked up a whole bunch of amazing like tiny RPGs from Gen Con, and I'm really excited to just like dig into those as far as I possibly can. Just worm my way in to all of the indie RPG games.
Reminds me, I need to send you
Cthulhu.
Cats of Cthulhu.
Yes. Yes, you should absolutely send me that because that sounds amazing.
That was a Gen Con find.
We
Awesome.
bought that at Gen Con and are very excited about it.
I can't wait. So I would like to thank my editor for taking this pile of shenanigans and
We're sorry.
making it look so pretty with our lovely rainbow backgrounds and our like Polaroid like little boxes for us to be inside. I would like to thank Gen Con for giving me this platform on Gen Con TV. And I want to thank Magpie Games for making this rad game and also for sponsoring today's episode. And I would like to thank everybody who came to my table and came in with such open minds and ready to yes and truly create the most chaotic tiny animal stream that has ever existed. And I would like to thank you at home for joining us in this wild world that we have created. As always, keep making art and keep being art. We will see you next time. Mwah!